say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, race fans, to Nashville Fairgrounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I'm seeing this track, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm kind of digging it. My name is Chris. With me is always my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight, buddy?
Hey man, it's hump day and we're on a new track, and I'm right there with you, man. I think I might have found a new favorite short track.
Yeah, this is looking really promising. Guys, we got a couple of special things going on here tonight, but we don't want to wait too long. We need to talk to the guy that's making it all possible here tonight. We need to talk to Zach Cold Beer Coyer.
Yes, sir.
Zach, how are you tonight, brother?
Pretty good. How about you?
Well, I'm doing okay, and check out. I don't know if you're watching the stream or not, but hey, right now we got Zach Cold Beer Coyer in the bottom left-hand corner. Cold Beer Cameras. Zach, why don't you talk about it, buddy?
Well, it's a thing that started here at Nashville, actually, on the Nashville quarter mile. A buddy of ours was racing, and I decided to throw a GoPro on it, and come to find out we were pretty good at it, so I started building my GoPro repertoire, and now I cover a lot of good drivers across the mid-Tennessee South.
That's pretty awesome, dude, actually. I'm not going to even lie to you. I got two more things for you here, brother. I got this for you, because you know I'm going to crack one with you. And
that sounded beautiful.
Yes, sir. The other thing I have for you, Zach, is happy birthday, brother. I know I'm a day late, but I've decided that I was going to do it live on air. Happy birthday to you, man.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much, man. It's a big 3-0. I mean, I celebrated with the family. Got a little drunk last night, missed work, so couldn't have been a better way to start the 3-0 out.
That's awesome, brother. Well, listen, happy birthday again. Good luck tonight. You know I'm pulling for you.
Thank you as always, and I appreciate everything y'all do.
All right, that's Zach Cold Beer Coyer. Going to try and get it done here tonight. Of course, we have him on the bottom left-hand side. We've got another driver too, though. We've got Justin Rigsby, who he's checking himself out. You know, he's looking at himself. He's like, yeah, I guess I'm a pretty good-looking dude. You know, I got my glasses cleaned already. I'm ready to roll. And apparently, he's not watching the stream, or else he'd be smiling. So that's pretty cool. That's what we have for you here tonight. Getting ready to go. We got about 4 minutes, 45 seconds here left of this practice, and then we grid them up. No delay at all. And Rick, I was talking to a couple of drivers, even as far back as a couple of nights ago, about this track, because obviously this is my first time seeing it. I have not driven a car here. And I was asking them, guys, what do you think? Top line? Is it a bottom line type of track? And from what I was told, you can run the bottom, you can run the top, but don't you dare try and run the middle.
Yeah, and I'm kind of seeing that during practice here, Chris. I mean, I got in as soon as practice started, and I've noticed that a lot of guys are out there trying to figure this track out. Maybe the first time that they've been on them themselves, maybe a little bit of practice this week, but I have seen some people, as you see, actually, I think that was the 39, just tried that middle line and did not work out for him. So a lot of interesting things here tonight, Chris. We got some stuff to learn, but man, this track looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty darn excited. I'm not even kidding. I've been waiting for this one ever since, well, last week we kind of heard about the fact that we were going to be coming here tonight. Originally was scheduled as a Bristol race. They said, nah, let's try out the new track.
At Bristol, kind of a placeholder, Chris. That's where it was going to be if this track didn't make the last update, but iRacing did a good job, got it out to these guys, and now we're racing here, baby.
Now let's take a look at some race info tonight. Well, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions, 74 degrees on the air temperature. Track sitting at 79. You see the top 5 in points. Jeff Dillon, Brian Hacker, Colin Allman, Justin Rigsby, and Rex Hoyle. And Rick, you made a pretty interesting observation earlier on. There is no Colin Allman, at least so far.
Yeah, you still got a couple minutes here to go, Chris. But right now, I mean, we already have a good, and Andy, I know is proud. I heard him during the drivers meeting, and I'm proud of all the drivers too. 26 drivers right now slated to take that green flag. Yeah,
going to be a hell of an event here. You know what I didn't even look at, Rick, and I'm going to pull it back up here. I have no idea how long this track is. Almost 6/10 of a mile. So a little bit bigger than what these guys have been running on lately.
Yeah, it is a little bit bigger, Chris, but still, you know, it's still classified as a short track. And so far, what I've seen in practice, and I have watched a couple of the leagues race around this track, put it on a good show. And I think the RFC Super Late Model Division going to do the same thing, man, if not even better than what I've seen so far.
Yeah, everything is looking good. One of our guys with the live cam here tonight, Justin Rigsby, is 5th quickest so far here in this practice. And it looks like Zach Coyer, well, he's as good as his number. 13th quickest here so far in this practice round. A little under 2 minutes ago. Guys, we're going to step away for just a moment. We've got some bills to pay here. And, well, I guess now is the time to do it. We will be right back. Back live, and the time is ticking down, Rick. Less than a minute before we grid them up. Now, what we do know is the top 10 from last week get inverted.
Yes,
but we've got a
correct.
couple of drivers that were in the top 10 last week that aren't not in the field here tonight. Colin Allman, last week's race winner, is one of them. And who is the other? Second place finisher last week, and I am drawing a complete blank. Oh, Lord, I hate it when that happens. I'm suffering from old timers. It happens, Rick. You'll figure it out here pretty soon, because
it already happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's your birthday coming up soon, and my only regret is that we don't have a broadcast happening on your birthday. But you know,
Thank God.
we'll make do. We'll figure it out. Quick time around this track right here. We're in the cockpit of Chris Stump, an 18.17, his best time around. Last time around, 18.71, and oh my goodness, that was kind of violent looking. Just a good way to close up.
Everything I'm looking at, Chris, looks like Colin Allman, the only one who is not here tonight. Last week's top 10.
Oh, Bill Martin is here. Okay. See, now I see his name, and I remember who I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man, it is real.
Got a couple years still to go for that.
Right on. All right, let's take a look here. What have we got? It's going to be our grid. Rick, and I need some grid music, man. Here we go. Can't do this without some grid music, Rick. I don't know what you were thinking about. All right.
I don't know either.
Attitude Esports, Jeff Stiles, number 85, going to be your pole sitter here tonight. AJ Hamill in the 18, going to be starting to his outside. Andy Lambert going to start that number 72 in third spot. Michael Fravert in the 36 to his outside. Inside row number 3, it's going to be Justin McDuff. And outside of row 3 in the 52, going to be Jeff Dillon. Kevin Dillon going to be starting his 26 on the inside of row number 4. To his outside, it's going to be the 11 of Brian Hacker. Bill Martin going to be starting his 39 in 9th position. To his outside, Matthew Spinks. Mark Fravert going to start in 11th, and Mike Holtzclaw in 12th. 13th position is going to be Rob Lytle in the 80 car, starting 13th. Wayne McDuff III in his 1-car Rick going to be starting in 14th position.
And the 01, James Tompe, going to be starting in 15th on his outside. It's going to be the 13 of Zach Coldbeer Coyer in 16th. Justin Rigsby, who we're riding along with on board tonight. The 99 going to be starting in 17th with Rex Hoyle in 18th position. Next to him, Al Smith Jr. going to be starting the 96 in 19th position. Colin Phillip in the 53 in 20th. J-Mac in the 81 going to be starting the Misfit Motorsports Machine in 21st position. Chris Stuff, who was very fast here in practice, Chris, going to be starting in the 22nd position. And we have AJ Rogers the 17th, 23rd, Travis Wright in the 10 and 24th position, with the 2 of Travis Pryor in 25th. And rounding out that field, Chris, going to be the number 45 new driver here, Justin Smith, starting in 26th.
And that is the field as we can see it. Whether or not it's right, well, you never really know.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We are under green for the first time here tonight from Nashville Fairgrounds. And look at this. Already the outside line starting to pull away from the inside line. AJ Hamill looking to try and lead lap number 1. Heading into turn number 3. There's some good banking here. We haven't talked about that at all. But outside of turn number 4, it's going to be the 18. Oh, the 72 going into the wall. Andy Lambert goes into the wall. Caution going to be out. Oh, Lordy, that's not how we wanted to start at a new track. Alrighty. Well, he seems to be going in the right direction. Not a ton of damage. Well, let's rewind it and take a peek. That's not enough. Let's rewind it just a little bit more. Who is that gets in? Oh, boy.
It's the 36, Michael Prepper.
Yeah, looks like 36. All right. Well, like I said, he was able to scrub off quite a bit of speed there, Rick. So not a ton of damage on the 72, maybe a little bit more on the left front, but around a little half-mile track. That's not going to do any damage at all to that 72, aside from maybe, and something we're going to have to watch out for, maybe a little overheating issues. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming on out here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is our pleasure to be bringing you the exciting action here from Racing for a Cause, the Super Late Model Series. This is the halfway point to the season, Rick, already.
Already, I mean, the season's been flying by, Chris, and I mean, I love Wednesday nights because we get to see some of that good old school short track racing, and he does a good job. So do all the drivers here. So, the races usually go pretty quick too, and obviously the weeks are going by just as fast as the races are. Yeah,
they sure are. Let's take a peek in on Justin Rigsby as we're sitting here under caution. Nice comp, cool, collected. And we'll take a look in on Cold Beer Coyer. Again, calm, cool, collected, ready to go for his first run in a car at 30. 30 was a good age, Rick. I almost remember it.
I remember it like it was almost 12 years ago. Damn, we're old.
I know, brother. Well, let's take a look. Pace car lights are still on. Should shut down this time by, and then it'll be one lap to go. And a lot of these drivers from the Northeast, Rick, and I know for sure Andy Lambert's going to join me out there, but heading to Oxford this coming weekend for the Oxford 250. So I'll get to see that track live once again. It's been a long time since I've been there.
It's been a very long time for me too, and it's great that that track, I mean, another iconic short track, Chris, and obviously we're lucky to have you here on the service, but puts on a really good show.
Yes, it does. Single file restart gonna happen, and the 18 of AJ Hamill gonna try and take advantage. Jeff Styles gonna be starting right behind him. Green flag is out, and here we go. I'm peeking in on our drivers, Rick, because I can see him. I know you can too, but that calm, cool demeanor has pretty much vanished on their faces.
Yeah, it's all about concentration now, Chris. I mean, we talked about this track. You can run the lower lane, you can run the higher lane, and you want to stay out of the middle. Right now, those guys just really kind of concentrating, hitting their marks, get through this thing. 100 laps of door banging action here from the fairgrounds. Of course, Hamill got a really good restart there. Jeff Styles trying to figure out how to catch up to the back door, or the back bumper of that 18.
Well, here's what I know for sure. Last time around, it was Bill Martin in the 39 who had the fastest lap time, an 18.29 here during race conditions, very quick. And Bill Martin is definitely working his way up. He's up 3 spots since the beginning of this race. One guy who's up 6, well, it's Zach Coyer. Zach Coyer in the 13, up 6 spots, and he is moving that 13 really well. Integrity Farms machine trying to find another spot. He's got Mark Fravert just in front of him, and he's going to stay right behind him right now as they dive down. They're battling it out on the inside lane. Ahead of them, it's Matthew Spinks in the number 35. And I talked to Matthew before the race started, and he wants in on this live driver action. But man, the setup he was telling me he was going to do, Rick, it is going to be awesome. So I can't wait.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. Didn't even want to do one tonight. No, he said, no, I'm not going to do it until I'm ready. And I said, okay, hey, you know, you do you, man. Biggest mover of the race here so far, it's Chris Stump in the number 98. He's up 8 positions to 14th, and Stump is on the move.
And tied with Stump right now is the guy who's sitting in 17th position, Chris, also up 8. It's the 2 of Travis Pryor, working his way up through the field, having some good times going on here. I don't expect those guys to be back there for too long.
Justin Rigsby started in 17th spot. Remember, he is one of our drivers. There he is, and we're watching him on track as Rigsby being followed by Pryor. Rigsby up 1 spot, and he might be looking for more. He's got Rob Little right in front of him, and Rob might be under the gun here, but not before. Oh my goodness, Rigsby takes it to the outside, and Travis Pryor just plows underneath. He takes that spot away. Check in on Zach Coyer, birthday boy, Integrity Farms machine, and we'll take a peek at him. Let's see what he's doing over there. Yeah, it looks like he's got his head back. He's relaxed, taking that hard left-hand turn through these corners. He's having a good old time. Rick, 30 years old, and we almost have 30 drivers in the field here tonight. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, old Colbert, he's taking it pretty easy right now, Chris. I mean, like you said, I'm watching live here also, too, with these guys. And I want to thank Zach Colbert, Coyer, and, of course, Justin Rigsby for doing this for us. And it's something new that you started playing around with, man. And it's become a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You know, it just adds to it a little bit. But, you know, Colbert, looks like he's starting to sweat. Smelling some beer. I know he had a good party last night. Although I hope his boss ain't watching, because he said that he missed work today.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and right now he is doing it all on track. Up 6 positions so far is Cold Beer Coyer. Our race leader, AJ Hamill, sitting in that first spot. He started on the outside of the first row, and he was able to get around Jeffrey Styles, who sits in second. before they even made one circuit around this track. AJ Hamels led every single one of these 21 laps.
AJ's being a beast out there right now, and it's good because he needs that, Chris. He's you know, I mean, it's going to hurt him next week if he wins because well, not really hurt him, but he's going to be starting in 10th position. But hey, I think I'd be pretty happy with a win. And I was looking down through the paint schemes, Chris. Usually we see the same ones, and I noticed Zach Coyer not rooting for Randy Marsh in 2020, folks. That's just because he's got the cold beer cameras on the hood tonight. Of course, he is the main sponsor for tonight's race and the reason why you and I are here, Chris. And that 13 looking pretty sharp out there.
Yeah, he's doing all right. And speaking of doing all right, Chris Stump has now passed 11 cars, Rick. Stump up to 11th spot after starting in 22nd. And Chris Stump has been moving this entire time. He has got a feel for this track. He likes this track. And, man, it'd be very well to do for Rex Hoyle in the 54 right behind him to just stay in those tire tracks.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's trying to, you know, these guys are starting to really figure out a way around this track and where it feels comfortable, and these guys are doing a great job. And Stump, I mean, Chris, as soon as I got into practice, Chris Stump came out of nowhere, and he was leading the top of practice all the way through actual practice until we gridded up for this race here. And he had an 18, I think it was an 18.1 something. He was fast, so I expect to see that 98 to continue on. I mean, he's got some time. We're just over a quarter done with this race here, so he's got some time still to get up there, but that 98 looking mighty fine out there tonight.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching Racing for a Cause Super Late Models here tonight. Coming at you live from the Nashville Fairgrounds. First time we've been able to bring this one to you. And, man, Rick, if I wasn't going to Oxford, we got yellow out. And
like
kind of saw that.
Mike Holzclaw,
yeah. Looks like he went up and onto the wall. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, he goes sideways, gets it snappy loose. He's got Al Smith right behind him. Oh, no contact. And luckily for, oh my goodness, somehow he had 6 cars behind him, Rick, and nobody touched him. Let's go back and look at that again. Gets loose heading out of the corner and pounds the wall across the entire track. Oh, wow. Man, I love short track racing because of stuff like that. That was wicked. And you see the car, it's like, yeah, okay, let's go. Dented up, beat up, it don't matter. AJ Hamel on top of everybody here tonight. Hamel running in that first place. Jeff Stiles going to be restarting second. Bill Martin in third in that number 39. Watch out for him. He is very good. Kevin Dillon going to be restarting in the 4th spot, up 3 positions since the beginning. Haven't talked about him at all yet, but running in the top 5, it's Brian Hacker in the 11 machine. How about Jeff Dillon in the 52? He's running in 6th position. Matthew Spinks running in the 7th position, doing a fine job, up 3 spots. Down 3, it's Justin McDuff. McDuff may not have found his way around this track early, but do not count him out. He is always a perennial contender. Mark Fravert in the number 44. He's running in the 9th position and inside of the top 10 by gaining 6 positions since the beginning of this one, Rick. It is Zach Coyer. That is the top 10 as we are running right now, and we're going to stack them up 2 by 2. Get ready for this next restart. Only working our 2nd caution here tonight, and it has been a superb night. Great way to kind of get to know a new track.
Yeah, I mean, you know, little mistakes are bound to happen, Chris, and you know, I mean, Holzclaw did a good job there. He kept it out of everybody else's way. A little bit of damage there on the 22. He's sitting down there in 26th position right now. Still plenty of racing left to do. Guys just out there having a good time.
Typical short track racing here, Rick. You don't need an extra set of tires. You run what you brung here. You put them on, you run some practice, you come back out, and you finish them off. And that's exactly what they're doing here at Racing for a Cause. One set of tires, the set that you started with. No tires at all. After the green flag drops, only repairs can be done in pit road. Pace car is off, and we're getting ready to go back green. Cars are stacked 2 by 2. AJ Hamill hits the loud pedal, and we are back under green. Jeff Styles on that outside, gonna try and hold on to that second spot, but Bill Martin pushing on the inside. Styles with a bit of an advantage, holding on to the momentum. They're side by side, heading into turns 3 and 4. Coming onto the front stretch, it's Bill Martin at the line, and the 39 has picked up second spot. And as that was happening, Brian Hacker picks off Kevin Dillon for a position. Dillon trying to fight back on the outside now, side by side for fourth place. And it looks like Dillon gonna get a good bite coming out of turn 4. He beat the Hacker to the line.
Yeah, Hacker kind of stuck down on that inside lane, Chris, and Jeff Dillon coming right up behind his brother. Of course, spring champion Jeff Dillon. He's come out here to race tonight. Besides Matthew Spinks, those guys kind of fall in line behind Hacker, but Dillon not done checking out, you know, the space around Hacker. Right now, the 52 right on the back bumper of the 11, lap after lap. So I don't expect to see that Dillon Motorsports 52 there for too long.
Yeah, he is very quick in these cars. He has learned them very well over the years. Look out for Jeff Dillon. Behind him, it's Matthew Spinks, that bright yellow and red machine. He's got some attitude, Rick. It says so right on the hood. The 35 up 3 spots in the 7th position.
Yeah, Spinks looked pretty good during practice too, Chris, and I think he's got that 35 dialed in where he wants it. He's just got to figure out a way around Dillon. Of course, you can't waste too much time because the 20 right behind him, Justin McDuff, all over the back bumper. And here comes the 98 of Chris Stump. Ooh, had to get on the brakes there a little bit so the 20 didn't get into him. Almost took his nose off.
Yeah, the 98 now dives down. Chris Stump looking for another spot, and Justin McDuff is the victim of that one. Chris Stump up 14 positions. 2 places back. It's the number 2 of Travis Pryor. Pryor started 25th here tonight, Rick. He is up to 10th. Travis Pryor, somebody to watch out for.
Yeah, that 2 machine, you know, lap after lap, Chris, he's been picking them off slowly. I mean, he's been pretty much tied with Chris Stump for the most moves, and actually right now the biggest mover is Travis Pryor, up 15 positions here from the drop of the green flag. So you're right, man. You got to keep your eye on that beautiful black and pink number 2.
I want to go ahead and thank all the race fans here watching some short track action on a Wednesday night. You're doing it live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Chris and Rick up in the booth, bringing you all the action here for Racing for a Cause Super Late Models, as Travis Pryor digging down low, trying to get past the 20. Oh, the 20 slips up a little bit and actually slowed them both down, Rick. They both lose time to Chris Stump just ahead of them.
I think Pryor maybe got on the brakes just a little bit just so, you know, give the 20 enough room, Chris. Now, I know you're seeing it. It's kind of hard to see on the broadcast, but there is tons of marbles up on that far outside lane right now. And I think, you know, they're just getting into them just a little bit, and it's starting to slip and slide a little bit.
Track conditions starting to wear just a little bit. This track seems to be a little bit rough on tires. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that. And right now I'm keeping an eye on Chris Stump because he is set up to try and pass another. This time it is Matthew Spinks on the outside. Matt trying to get everything he can out of that number 35. And Stump looking good on that inside lane. Man, he threw it in there. You could see the rear end just kind of go sideways. Chris Stump driving like a man on a mission tonight.
Now listen, we're only about less than 5 laps away from the halfway point, Chris, so now's the time to go. I mean, you can save equipment only for so long before you want to start making moves, and like I said, that 98 very fast during practice, and it's starting to show here. He's got a lot of work to do still, but he is inside the top 10, sitting in 7th position right now, so he's inching closer and closer. Right now, he's got his eyes on that 85 of Styles.
Zach Cold Beer, Coyer, and Justin Rigsby side by side on track. We bring you Cold Beer live on the bottom left-hand side. He's on the outside looking in. Rigsby to the inside. Let's go ahead and look at him. Rigsby and Coyer very concentrated right now as Rigsby gets around him, and here comes Al Smith. Haven't really said his name all that much here tonight, Rick. He's up 4 positions into the top 15.
I didn't notice him in that car, Chris. I mean, it kind of clashes the one that he had last week. So much better.
Yeah, last week's car was definitely a much better paint job. Don't know what he was thinking when he put this one on. You can barely read anything on it, Rick. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Go back just a little bit further, and we'll talk about Jimmy McIntyre Jr. quietly up 2 positions here tonight, and his number 81, and he is working that higher lane, Rick, and that's going to give the 01 of James Somke a chance to try and get underneath him. He wasn't able to do it on the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. The 81 settles it back down into the low lane.
Another guy that's been making some pretty good moves there, Chris, the 17 of AJ Rogers. He's up 10 positions from the drop of the green flag, sitting in 13th position right now in the 17 machine. And a little further back there, actually, just past Cold Beer Coyer, up 8 positions. That's the 10 machine of Travis Wright, sitting in 16. So the 10 starting to make his way up through the field.
Yeah, Zach Coyer may have chewed up his tires early here, Rick, as he is starting to slide backwards. At one time, he was a +3, now a -1. Oh, he gets into the wall. Man, is he sideways. Whew. Oh, let's take a peek in on him for a little bit because that car is not happy. And Zach Coyer going to try and figure it out here heading into the corner. He throws it in. The rear end just kind of slightly slides out from underneath. Zach Coyer trying to battle a loose race car right now.
Yeah, when he was battling it out with Rigsby, of course, we're lucky because we get to see it live there in Discord. But I was thinking the battle of the beards going on. Oh, I just saw somebody go for a ride.
Oh, boy, yeah. Jimmy McIntyre Jr., we were just talking about him. And he was up into the fence, Rick. Caution, flag flies. Oh, let's go back and take a peek. The 81 to the outside, the 1. Oh, the 81 gets into the 1, and that kind of messes up the whole train. And then just a little further up, looks like Andy Lambert might have got a piece of this one late. Gonna watch the 72 now, as everything is kind of happening just in front of him. Oh, the 80 gets into the 1 and comes down in the 72. Oh, boy. Oh boy. Caution number 3 here from Nashville Fairgrounds. And boy, the laps really do tick off pretty quick here, Rick. Although I got to be honest with you, I'm surprised at the amount of fall off that these tires seem to have here. I'm going to have to check that again when we go back under green, but the tires really have fallen off quite a bit. I'm not going to give you a number right now because last time by we were under caution, but Rick's right. You can definitely see the marbles, and not just to the outside in the corners. You can see the marbles down on the apron. And of course, when I'm talking marbles, if you're not familiar with that term, you can see them right there below the yellow line. You see all those little black specks. That's rubber off from the tires, Rick, and that means those tires are wearing out pretty quick.
Him a lot down on the apron, Chris, but as you look in the corner on the far outside there, that very, very top lane is filled with marbles. Obviously, you know, the top lane is good, but when you're going into a corner, you kind of want to stay out of there. But once you get down into the front backstretch, you go wherever you want. But yeah, a lot of marbles all over the place here tonight, so definitely chewing up those tires. But right now, it doesn't look like it's doing much to the 18. The 18 looks pretty happy so far here tonight.
Yeah, AJ Hamill, he started on the outside pole, but he led lap number 1, and he has led all 57 other laps. Can and will anybody challenge him? Right now, Bill Martin going to go on to the outside, going to start on the outside in row number 1. And I'm going to tell you what, Rick, Bill Martin is one quick driver. I would not want to be restarting alongside of him on the front row. But on the other hand, AJ Hamill's already proven he knows how to restart that 18.
He does, and hey, it's good to see the 18 actually doing something, because we know it didn't do nothing in the NASCAR circuit this year. Just saying.
Green flag is out. AJ Hamill hits the loud pedal, maybe a little loose there. Maybe had just a little bit of a tire issue.
Tire spin, maybe, yeah.
Side by side, coming out of turn 2 on the back stretch, the 18 of AJ Hamill, the 39 of Bill Martin. Martin with a great run out of the corner. Goes.
Hang on to it.
Oh, man, is that one close. Oh, Martin is doing everything he can. And AJ Hamill moves up just a little bit. Might have had a little contact. Here comes the 26 of Kevin Dillon.
And Dillon looking on the inside there of Martin in the 30. Oh,
Caution, and it's a good one, as we've got a couple of drivers, it looks like, Rick, that were involved. And unfortunately, it looks like Jeff Styles may have been involved. Remember, he was the pole sitter here tonight. Jeff Styles in the number 85. Let's go back and take a peek at him. He's working the inside of the 20. That's McDuff. Gets loose. Tries to hold on to, the 35. Something happened with the 35. And that was lights out. Wow. All right, we're going to go back. Matthew Spinks, the yellow and red car. Oh, it looks like he was trying to avoid the 2 of Pryor.
Checked up on Pryor.
Oh, man. Oh, the 13. Zach Cold Beer Coyer gets into the wall at the end of that one as well. Not even sure why. Let's go back and take a look from his vantage point. Right in the cockpit. Oh, obvious disappointment on the face of Cold Beer Coyer as around he goes. Let's see what happens here. He's going to drive it away. Oh, very disappointed driver right there, Rick. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, I mean, very, very tough there for Cold Beer. The good news is these guys, this track is on the schedule for a second time here this season, so maybe a little redemption there out of Cold Beer. But right now, yeah, Chris, you're absolutely right. You look at them, I don't know. It's unfortunate there.
Yeah, well, right now I'm looking at him on pit road. Unfortunately, heavy damage to the front end of that vehicle. Definitely would be in danger, Rick, of overheating should he step back out on track. So, unfortunately, the celebration of his 30th birthday may have ended here tonight on Wednesday with this short track action. I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network for short track action out of Racing for a Cause. We're watching the super late models, Chris and Rick, up in the booth, and it's been a good one. AJ Hamill took the lead on the very first lap from the outside pole, and he has led every single one so far. On the last restart, Bill Martin, who's going to be restarting in second position, really had a shot at trying to take over from AJ Hamill, but it did not happen. Kevin Dillon was trying to get involved with that one. He's your third place runner. Brian Hacker in fourth. Chris Stump has made his way all the way up to fifth position. Race car lights shut down. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag here. Cars lined up 2 by 2. This short track is definitely, Rick, I am going to have to try this one out sooner than I thought. I would do it this weekend, but heading to Oxford, like I said, so I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, though.
I'm just going to say, you know, if they have any Oxford hats for sale, especially if they're the dad-style hats, you know, the unstructured ball caps, don't make me look like I have a big forehead or an afro.
Yeah.
I'll pay you for one.
I know the ones. Green flag back out one more time. The 18 gets a really good restart this time, and he knows that he is going to be under the challenge. He moves up just a little bit, and here comes Kevin Dillon in the 26. Man, Kevin Dillon, he has been fighting for this entire race. Up 4 positions since the beginning. Oh, the 98, Chris Stump might have gotten into him just a little bit as caution comes out already. And, man, telling you, this time it looks like Andy Lambert might have been involved again. So the 72 not feeling the love here tonight. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, self-spin, the 35 finishes him off. The 22, who was also involved in an earlier incident, Mike Holtzclaw goes into the outside wall, trying to avoid.
If you actually watch the 85, Chris, that might have started it there with Styles.
Jeff Styles will go back and take a peek. Watching the 85. Oh, he's getting very loose. He got up into those marbles.
Yeah, it looks like Styles actually claiming that caution there, Chris. He is heading down pit road for the pass through.
Well, I'm not sure because I didn't see anything that he did there. Weird. You know what? It don't matter. Let's go back live. AJ Hamill, still your race leader. Here we are in lap number 67 of 100. Again, want to thank all you race fans for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you tune in every night. We've got different racing, different tracks, different cars, and different announcers, and whatever you might like, we've got it.
Not at all.
Racing for a Cause, second night in a row, showing action. Last night it was the 87 Throwback Series. Want to congratulate Mitchell Snare for the race win. Good kid, and man, did he have a great race. He was hanging out in the top 5 all night long, took advantage of some late race incidents, and ended up winning that one. It was really fun to watch. And Rick, I got to watch it, well, from behind him just a little bit.
Yeah, I watched a little bit here today. Of course, I missed the race yesterday there at Bristol, and it looks like you guys had a good time there, but definitely a big congrats out to Mitchell. Baby Yoda.
Yes.
One of them young drivers, Chris. I mean, I talk about it, so many different leagues there. You know, we got Blazing Pedals with the Hurricane we watch grow, and it's going to be interesting to see what Mitchell can do. We can add him to the list of drivers who we've watched grow up through the RFC camp, and I think he's going to turn into a good racer.
Yep, I do too. Very, very polite young man. Zach Coyer still on pit road, still just looking absolutely defeated. Poor Zach Coyer. This is not the way you want to spend your birthday, bud.
I'm surprised he hasn't cracked a cold beer yet.
I think he fell asleep, Rick. If I had to guess, that looks like a man who fell asleep. Nope. Oh, he's awake. Okay.
Look at the determination on Rigsby's face there, Chris, as he warmed up his tires there. Rigsby broke into the top 10 on lap 70 of 100. 30 laps left to go.
He's checking out his camera once in a while, Rick. He's distracted a little bit. He's kind of a camera hog. That's okay.
Got that little smirk going on. You just barely see it. He's having a good time out there tonight at the fairgrounds.
Green flag on a single file restart. The 18 gets it going. And Bill Martin did not give him an inch, Rick, on that entire front stretch. That bumper to bumper action, very exciting here on a short track. My Lord. AJ Hamill just wants a win.
Yes. I mean, AJ, up to this point, Chris, the season hasn't been the one that he wished for there in the 18. I mean, that team been racing hard, getting caught up in different things week in and week out, and now he's leading this thing, having a good old time, so he definitely deserves it.
AJ Hamill still leading the way. Bill Martin, Kevin Dillon, your top 3. Then it's going to be Brian Hacker in the number 11. Chris Stump has worked his way up 17 positions to take over 5th position. Jeff Dillon running in the 6th position. How about the 7th position runner of Travis Pryor in that pink number 2? Rick, he's up 18 spots.
Yeah, flying through the field, Chris. I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, right now he's actually one better, so he is the biggest mover so far here tonight with those 18 sitting in 7th. Pryor doing a heck of a job out there.
Awesome stuff to be watching here tonight, no doubt about it. AJ Hamill, your race leader. Oh, Kevin Dillon gets into the wall just a little bit ahead of Brian Hacker. Hacker not able to take advantage, so Dillon gets away with one, but starting to feel a little loose. Oh, he wiggles again, and now Hacker says, I got you. He's going down to the bottom lane, and Brian Hacker tries to hold the momentum onto the backstretch.
Hacker's got to be careful because here comes Chris Stump to close that door a little bit. Dillon's still working hard on the outside, Chris. Dillon, he's definitely here to race tonight.
Hacker able to get back into position. Chris Stump takes it wide. That might open up a door for Jeff Dillon. Dillon not able to get there.
I think Stump did that, Chris, just to allow, because I mean, Brian Hacker, I don't know how he found that hole, but it just shows how much of a wheelman that 11 driver is there for that Rescue Ranch Eagle Freedom Project camp, man. I mean, he found that hole, and it was almost not big enough, and it actually made Chris Stump a little nervous. Maybe not nervous, but Chris Stump definitely gave him a wide berth.
Chris Pryor off the wall, and he gave a suspension a workout. Chris Pryor gets passed by Justin McDuff. Wow, the 2 car takes a hard hit. Meanwhile, top 2 remain the same. AJ Hamill, Bill Martin, and then it's Kevin Dillon and Brian Hacker. Chris Stump running out the top 5, but he's got Jeff Dillon right there. So top 6 really are running in their own little group right now. Justin McDuff may have gotten this track figured out, but it might be a little too late, Rick, as he's running in the 7th spot right ahead of Travis Pryor, the 20, not showing any signs of slowing down at all in that Arts Barbershop number 20. But now he's got to try and catch Jeff Dillon just ahead of him in that blue and pink number 52. We've got a pass trying here for Chris Stump. Chris Stump trying to find 4th spot from Brian Hacker.
Looks like Stump might have it there on the inside, Chris, and he does. And news out of the 13 camp, Zach Coyer finally got his car repaired back, multiple laps down though. Coming out of the pits, Chris, rejoining this race here late.
Well, you have to do it, Rick. I mean, shoot, birthday was yesterday. You got to get out there, have some fun. And I know for a little while it wasn't fun as Chris Stump comes across the line almost sideways. Boy, that 98 is getting loose. But yeah, good on Zach for sticking around and getting it back out there after getting some repairs to that number 13. Top 3 haven't changed for a while. It's AJ Hamill, Bill Martin, Kevin Dillon, your top 3. And man, Rick, they are starting to catch up to the backside of this field. We might see some lap cars here, as it looks like the 22, Mike Holtzclaw, is just ahead of your race leader. 16 laps to go. And so far, Bill Martin has not figured out a way to break down that 42-foot wide number 18.
I mean, we say it, all the time, Chris. It's easy to catch up to the leader, but it's another thing to pass him. And right now, Martin having a heck of a time to find a way around the 18 because, I mean, I've been watching AJ the last few laps. He's hitting his marks pretty...
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution on the field. And the one that's going to take advantage of that, AJ Hamill, he just took a big old breath and said, whew. We'll go back, take a peek, see what happened. It looks like it was the 54, Rex Hoyle. Oh, the 53 didn't get on the brakes enough in that corner, got into the backside. And Rex Hoyle goes around. Sometimes you worry about retaliation, Rick, but never when it's the 54.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Rex, very clean driver. We love seeing Rex out there. Hamill says that he's seeing raindrops falling on his windshield right now.
Quite possibly, although we haven't quite gotten there yet. And we're going to bring up
AJ, and when you watch this back, it's just fluids coming out of that Ford Mustang. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Justin Rigsby's worked his way up to 9th position. Rick, a slow start for Rigsby in the 99, but up 8 spots into the 9th position. How about Al Smith Jr.? He's sitting in 10th position, and the way these guys do it, they invert the top 10 for the following week. That would put Al Smith on the pole for next week.
Yeah, I mean, we got 13 laps left to go right now, Chris. The lights are still on the pace car, so it's going to be 12 and maybe even 11 by the time we get back to racing here. So Al Smith, I mean, he obviously wants to try to win this thing, but this late in the race with just a handful of laps left to go, I think he'd be pretty smart just to kind of, hold on to that 10th position, because you're absolutely right. Next week, he will be starting on the pole.
12 laps to go for your race leader, AJ Hamill, who took the race lead on about lap 0.5. and has held on to it ever since. He did lead the first lap after starting on the outside pole, and the empty the tanks willresearch.com machine looking good out there tonight.
And just to clarify, folks, next week, October 21st, we are actually off that week, so we'll be returning on the 28th to South Boston. And if I remember correctly, I think Al Smith does pretty well at South Boston.
Al Smith does pretty well at just about every track, Rick, so that's not fair.
Except for the bull ring. Because,
except for the bull ring, yes.
You know, it was supposed to have fun and whatnot, but he definitely whatnotted there. Actually, I think, quote unquote, turn this place into a beeping strip mall.
Yeah, that's about right.
And don't ask me why I made the beeping. I have it right there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
I forget sometimes. I forget.
Hey, I want to say thanks to Brad Spinks out there in chat. I have seen you, Brad. It just, because of all the things that I've got going on here tonight with the live drivers, I haven't been able to follow chat as closely as I normally do. But pace car lights are off. The cars are stacking in 2 by 2. We're getting ready to go back under green. And Rick, we're going to take the green flag with 9 laps to go. This is going to be the restart to end all restarts as far as AJ Hamill is concerned.
You know, it's always cool. And Brad, you know, I appreciate you out there, buddy. We love talking with you. I'm glad that Matt was able to come out here and race tonight there. Unfortunate for the reasons, but, you know, and yeah, we heard about the new simulator. We're looking forward to it. Chris is working with him to try to get him streaming as we go live once again. And AJ Hamill getting another good restart.
A good restart, but he's got to try and protect that inside line because here comes Bill Martin. Not only Bill Martin takes a big line to the inside. The 18 in trouble now. Bill Martin has the inside lane. The 18 stuck to the outside. AJ Hamill trying to defend. 8 laps to go, and Bill Martin with a great run into 1 and 2. They come off 2. Side by side, getting ready to go into turn 3, and Bill Martin has taken over the race lead. Here comes Kevin Dillon looking for second.
Yeah, Dillon working hard on that inside. He has second place from Hamill right now. Hamill drops down to 3rd. He's got Brian Hacker trying to come, and here comes another guy who's been
caution.
Caution. Oh.
That is not what we wanted to see.
Oh, no.
That is not what we wanted to see at all with 7 laps to go. And it looks like, unfortunately, the 35 may have been involved, Rick. Let's go back. We're taking a peek right now. The 35. Oh, it looks like he may have closed the door on the 1 just a little too hard. Got into the 54. And then just to add a little bit of misery to the 13's night, Zach Cold Beer Coyer comes into it. And you can just look and see the dejection on his face here tonight. That Coyer in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Not having the night that he was looking for. Not a good way to celebrate your birthday. But Zach, there's always next week. And of course, as Rick pointed out, next week is 2 weeks from now. We'll check in on our other live driver. He's running in the 9th position, the number 99 of Rigsby. And boy, look how nice and calm he is done in caution, Rick. He's got the arm up. He's just taking a nice Sunday drive in that number 99 right now.
You know, I've been watching the cams, Chris, and, you know, I feel bad for Cold Beer, but Rigsby, he's, even when he goes, I mean, you see him, he gets his shifts down, and then he just very concentrated here tonight.
Yeah, that's a lot of... I'll tell you, last night I wasn't concentrating very well. It may have cost me a podium finish, and that stinks. But oh well. That was last night. Tonight is tonight.
All right. I get the joys of listening into the driver's chat under caution here, Chris, and Martin and Hamill are having a little chat right now. Martin's like, I feel bad because you've led most of these laps here, and but I really wanted to beat you.
If you've never heard Bill Martin after a race, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to stick around for post-race interviews because, well, it's entertaining. Well, AJ Hamel going to be starting on the inside, and he might be able to try and fight for second here, unless we're going single file. Looks like we might be going single file here, Rick. They're not even trying to go 2x2 here. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Lights are now off on the pace car. We're gonna have a little 2-lap shootout here. Now they go 2x2.
All right, 2x2. It's going to be Bill Martin, Kevin Dillon to his outside, AJ Hamel, Brian Hacker make up row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Jeff Dillon and Chris Stump. Row 4, Travis Pryor and Justin McDuff. Travis Pryor, the biggest gainer on the night here, Rick, up 18 spots to get to 7th position so far with, well, it's going to be 2 laps to go when we take the green. And we're going to take the green right now. Green flag is out. Bill Martin with a hell of a start. I mean, just wicked. Dillon down below the yellow line, trying to hold on. Speaking of holding on, AJ Hamel trying to hold on. He's got Brian Hacker to his outside. Brian Hacker trying to get there late in this one.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I believe I don't even know. 2 possibilities. We'll look at them after. But Bill Martin is going to take the checkered flag here, Rick, under the caution. Not the way these guys wanted to finish this race here tonight, but it's going to be Martin, Dillon, Hacker, Hamel, and Jeff Dillon, your top 5 here tonight. Let's see if we can figure out what happened there to bring out that last caution.
I think what you really want to watch is the 0-1, Chris.
Oh, Lordy. I mean, maybe, but holy cow. Let's go back again. I'm just going to go right back to the white flag, and oh, we got to go back further. Looks like teammates might have gotten involved with each other. Oh boy. Well, that's one to go racing for you, Rick. I mean, that's all that was. All right, we go back live, and we're going to pick up post-race interviews as soon as Bill Martin decides he's had enough. Looks like he's going to take a Polish victory lap. Is it still okay to say Polish victory lap? I think it is. Bill Martin.
We haven't gotten hit with that yet, so yeah. You know, it's good to see guys out there doing that stuff once again, man. I mean, this brings me back. I mean, here we are. We're short track racing. This is where NASCAR got its start, man. You know, the burnouts and everything of the Cup Series and Xfinity and trucks, I mean, it's all overdone. I mean, I remember back in the day, man, when drivers, this is exactly what they did. Every now and then you got somebody who maybe did a small burnout, but it was never a really big thing. And now, you know, to get through the cheating and everything, they got to burn their equipment up a little bit.
Absolutely. All right. We're not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get our 3rd place finisher up here. It is going to be Brian Hacker. Brian, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, the Smith Racing Inc. machine, the number 11, did a fine job. It was up 5 spots here tonight. You started in 8th position, finished it out in 3rd. Why don't you tell me, how did that race feel to you? How did this track feel? It's new.
Yeah, it's new. It's fast. It's bumpy. It's scary. It's everything. I think that you want in a racetrack. It's a lot of fun. I didn't know how I would be tonight. I knew coming into it that saving tires is going to be big, and I haven't been that good at it the first few weeks of the season. So I really wanted to work on saving my tires. I think we had a little bit more there at the end. We maybe could have done something with the 26, maybe. I don't know if we would have gotten to the 39. He's been the class of the field here for a little while. But it's a fun track, really fast. I enjoyed it. It was fun tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch too, Brian. Who do you got on the 11 that you need to thank tonight?
As always, Beagle Freedom Project, Rescue Ranch, Carbon Junction, Pathfinder Chassis, Narrative Coffee, Smith Racing Inc. You guys, Andy for doing this, and everybody for running a good, hard, clean race up front. That was it was scary, but it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, bud. All right, congratulations once again. You brought it up 5 spots to finish in 3rd spot. It's number 11 of Brian Hacker. Coming in 2nd spot tonight, Rick, I believe you caught up with the number 26 of Kevin Dillon.
I did. Kevin Dillon, you got Rick and Chris up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I do. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, brother, man, it's been a little while since we talked to you, but let me tell you, that 26 looking mighty fine out there tonight, up 5 positions from the drop of the green flag. Tell us about the race a little bit. How'd you enjoy Nashville?
Man, that track is a lot of fun. It's actually one of those tracks where you can actually feel speed. You know, some tracks you really don't, but you really do, and you feel the bumps, and it kind of upsets the car, and you kind of gotta finagle the throttle a little bit. But we were awesome on the short run. Felt like I was starting to give up a little bit on that one long run we had. The 18 and Bill kind of started pulling away. But man, I think the cautions helped me. Again, the first 5 laps at every restart, I think my car was sweet. So I'm pretty happy with 2nd.
Yeah, those restarts, man. I mean, you were right there, and I mean, the 20. It looked good. You look good all night long, Kevin. So don't shortchange us out there. And good to see you there in 2nd. So congratulations once again. You got an off week next week. Then we head to South Boston. But until then, is there anybody on that 26 you would like to thank?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Decals by Dylan, vinyl graphic business in Pasadena, Maryland. And I'd like to thank my cousin Jeff for all the practice laps we do together and the notes that we share and all that good stuff. So he's a good teammate.
Perfect, man. Well, hey, listen, congratulations. Enjoy that extra week off there, and we'll see you in South Boston.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Take care, bud.
And that was the 26 of Jeff Dillon bringing it home in the 2nd spot. And that leaves us with just one other driver to talk to, Rick. And I'm going to take it. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to take it. It's the number 39 of Bill Martin. Bill, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, bud. Well, I'm going to start off with this shouldn't have been your race, but here you are. Just kidding. No, you did a good job. You were battling with the 18 hard. And then
hold on. You see, this is where I got to teach you. He did very good.
Oh yeah, he did very good. I said that during the thing there, but that's okay. The Dr. Noise, a very good machine. The 39 was able to get around the 18 after really good battle there for about 35 laps. And we understand that you were saying something to the effect of it was AJ Hamill's race to win, but you really wanted to beat him.
I did say that. Why don't you just eavesdrop on our radios all the time?
We do.
All right. AJ had been asking me just tips on how to get the tires to last because he was struggling with the new tire, the new car. You know, he's just asking tips because I had acclimated to it pretty quickly, as I had suspected. Everybody's catching right back up, though, including AJ. He was looking really, really, really good. And had he not made just that one slight mistake, which there's not much you can do in that situation because of the way the restart works. I mean, the only real protection he maybe could have had was to stay on the bottom of the track and just not let me get below him. But to try to do that on the exit of a corner like that is super hard, especially here because it really throws you off out of the corner on the straightaways, kind of like Dover does. So, I mean, it was just perfect positioning for me. But outside of that, I mean, I was kind of letting him use the car up a little bit, but every time I tried to make a run, and I tried to make a lot of them, he blocked them perfectly. Whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know. But it was working because every run I had, I could not get around him. Couldn't even get slightly next to him, so he was running perfect. If it hadn't been for that yellow flag, he would have won the race because even when we were battling, we were pulling away from Jeff too, which I was surprised by because Jeff is freaking good. So, yeah, AJ was kicking balls.
Well, kicking balls maybe, but not enough because eventually the 39 did get around him and take the win. Who do you got to thank on that number 39 tonight, Bill?
I
know the list is long. Start at the A's and work your way to the Z's.
Okay. Ron Swanson. That's it. Just
That's
Ron
it
Swanson.
tonight. Okay.
That's all it ever is.
All right, Bill. Well, congratulations once again on your win here tonight. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. South Boston going to be the place where we get it on next.
Ooh. All right. See you guys. Thanks.
That is Bill Martin, your race winner here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, race fans around the country, we want to thank you for stopping into the Turn 3 Racing Network. This was an exciting one. A couple of cautions as these drivers still trying to get used to this racetrack. Nashville Fairgrounds, Rick, it is looking pretty darn good here in the future.
It definitely is. And a lot of fun here on this track, Chris. I mean, I got to find something to race on it because those guys look like they had a ball and it was a good race. And 100 laps down, now those guys can take a much deserved week off. And then we head to South Boston.
Yes, we do. And that is going to do it from us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank Justin Rigsby and Zach Coyer for being our our live camera feed drivers here tonight. We really do appreciate that. Appreciate all the fans that stopped in and watched some Racing for a Cause Super Late Model action live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.